Hello, everyone. I'm Jaye Cottrill, the Global Marketing Communications Manager here at LaserTech. Every Tuesday around 2 p.m. Mountain Time, we go live with a subject matter expert about solutions in traffic safety or professional measurement. You can join us on your coffee break. We're live for about 15 minutes. We are also live tweeting, so if Twitter is more your style, you can join us there. If you have any questions or comments for our guests or for LaserTech, post them on the video and we'll answer them either in real time or as the subject of another LTI Tuesday at 2 conversation. Today I am excited to spotlight Roosevelt Rogers. He is LaserTech's Chief Revenue Officer. Hi Roosevelt, would you mind introducing yourself for the people who haven't met you yet?
Okay, I'm Roosevelt Rogers and I am the Chief Revenue Officer. I've been with Laser Technologies for about 24 years.
It's a long time. Have you always been the Chief Revenue Officer?
No, I didn't come in as the Chief Revenue Officer. I came in as the Director of Sales for North American Traffic. And then after that, I became the General Sales Director over all of North America sales. And then I became VP of Sales and Marketing and covered sales and marketing globally for the company.
Okay, so how long have you been CRO?
Oh, maybe about 3 years? Oh, maybe a couple of years. Maybe a couple of years now.
Okay. So, in all of that time, have you picked a favorite product?
So yeah, quickly I got drawn to QuickMap.
Okay.
Yeah. QuickMap
so what do you like?
QuickMap to me was important because it helped police officers clear the crash scene. If anybody's ever sat for hours waiting for a crash scene to get cleared, it helped them clear the crash scene a lot faster, and it was real simple to use, and any officer could learn how to use it. So I really took to that one and have stayed with it ever since.
That is an interesting product. Usually people like to pick out, the True Vision or the True Pulse, but I think the QuickMap is a very smart solution for us to have and for everyone to have access to, especially in traffic safety. We've been talking a lot this year about how we build smart tools to help build safer communities. What would you say is the most important thing to you about safety? Why is that important?
Well, it's important to me. If we start with traffic safety, just in general, I don't think a lot of people realize how many fatalities we have on U.S. highways. Somewhere around the nature of 30 to 40,000 people die every year on U.S. highways, and about a quarter of those are related to speeding. So, to me, think about the unsuspecting family that gets in their car to drive somewhere just for a fun weekend or fun trip, and the chances of them getting into a crash or a fatality crash unfortunately is pretty high. So I think that everything that we can do to educate people and help them understand what they can do to prevent those is a good thing for us to do. If you go to the professional measurement side, we have people taking measurements where they're having to dodge attack dogs and having to climb fences or get permission, and just takes up a lot of time, and it's not safe when they're going through some of these areas, and we allow them to take accurate measurements without having to traverse a lot of unhealthy terrain or unhealthy animals.
So, it's not only safety for a community, but safety for the people using the equipment as well.
Exactly.
Right. So we've collaborated a little bit with Matt over the years, and I know that with the Colorado chapter, we've been doing some extra support, technical support, as we've been in the shutdown with coronavirus and everything. How did you initially get involved with Matt?
Well, we've worked with Matt over the years, ever since I've been at LTI. They do a lot of behind-the-scenes work supporting law enforcement, and as important, they do a lot of support for victims of DUI-related fatalities. You know, people don't think about what happens to the family members that are left behind, or the spouses, or the brothers, or the sisters. When MAD gives them an outlet to talk about what happened and help them recover, right? So MAD does a lot of work in there. And the way I got involved with MAD, as I am now, is a retired Colonel Trossel from the Colorado State Patrol. He kind of helped me get to know MAD better, and he was a big supporter of MAD. So we've all kind of grown up with doing that kind of support.
Right. What are some other things that Laser Tech does to help out in the community?
We do things like we help, well, first of all, we allow nonprofits and government agencies to use our conference room pre-COVID, and they could use our training room free of charge. So we allowed that to happen. And then we do things to support other activities within not only our neighborhood, but neighborhood of customers of ours. So we do local support, anywhere from baseball teams to awards for law enforcement to helping families at Christmas time. I mean, there's a lot of things that we do around here to help different communities.
Right, yeah, I know the toy drive and the canned food drive is somewhat competitive within our company, because each division is trying to see who can collect the most food as you measure it by weight. So there's a lot of canned goods in there. But yeah, I know that those initiatives that we do as a company are pretty important to us.
Yeah, there's a lot of smack talking that goes on too.
Yes, there is. So here's a question that I've heard asked, and I thought maybe you'd have a good answer for. Where do you see laser measurement going in the next 5 years? What do you see us doing?
Well, what I see us doing is increasing our capabilities from a communication standpoint and from a data gathering standpoint. I see us getting smaller and also getting easier to use. So not only the professional is using the product, but it's getting almost to where a normal consumer that wants to use the product to measure their yard or sense their location of their vehicle in their garage, you know, all kind of little stuff like that we're not necessarily in that market as a focus, but I see people taking this product and using it for things that we haven't even thought of.
Right. People get pretty creative with laser measurements. So yeah, it's great to see what people are doing that we haven't thought of, so that we can, you know, improve what we're doing and what we're offering to people.
Exactly.
So one of our biggest fans, Vinny Albino, has always wanted to know what the guests like on their pizza. So can you tell me what your favorite pizza topping is?
I would have to go with pepperoni.
Pepperoni is one of my favorite toppings as well. I like pepperoni and mushroom.
Yep, that's me.
Yeah, okay. Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your day and meeting with me today, Roosevelt. Is there anything else that you want to highlight or leave us with?
The one thing I'd want to leave everybody with is, you know, when we're out there driving and we're going to our spots and not really thinking about where we're going, when we get behind the wheel, let's think about the people, other drivers. Let's think about the pedestrians that are out there. Let's think about the families who's just using their car as a mode of transportation. And let's be cognizant and let's drive more defensively, right? I think that could go a long ways in helping reduce the number of fatalities that we have every year.
I think so. Yeah, I know something that we learned this summer as we've been watching traffic statistics is that even though less people are on the road, we're still seeing the same number of fatalities in certain areas of the country, which is concerning. So, yeah, it's hard to say for everyone.
Unfortunately, the speeds are getting higher, and even with bars closed, people find a way to drink and drive, right? So let's think about others and be cognizant of that. And everything we do is a decision that we make, right? So before you make that decision to get in that car after you've been drinking and drive, let's pick up the phone and call somebody to come get us, right?
Definitely. Always have a plan.
Exactly.
Yeah. I would like to thank everyone who has joined us today. Any questions that are posted on the video recording will be passed along to Roosevelt or the appropriate product manager by the marketing team. Looking ahead next week, we're on September 22nd, we will be checking in with our professional measurement team as they are preparing for a webinar the next day with our partners over at Seiler Instrument Manufacturing. And we'll be talking about the topic of pole audits. Until then, stay safe, everyone. Thanks, Roosevelt.